Go.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am Ann, Duchess of Miami Maynard, and I am your host today for Unlocking Your Greatness Morning Inspirational Call, where we're coming here twice every week, every Tuesday and every Thursday. And we have a topic throughout the whole entire month with each and every one of these ladies, these amazing ladies on this panel, will give you their rendition on our topic. And the topic for this month is expectation. What are you expecting right now, in the future, or just merely in this season? What are you expecting today? Because every day we have to expect something that we can get our greatness unlocked. So I have the ability to share with you all today one of my favorite ladies. And this woman has an amazing story of overcoming her life from way out there in Detroit. I can't wait to come out there and meet you, my sister. But I can tell you right now, we have a panel of some amazing women, and everybody's going to give you their feeling, their thoughts of what they think about expectation today. So me and Duchess of Miami Maynard is going to step out of the way and bring none other than the Detroit made Symphana Samples to the line. Let me tell you something. She's going to knock you out your feet. So I hope you are all ears. Okay. Or if you can, get you a journal, a notepad, a pen, so you can just jot down some of these notes. Because just hearing from this woman, I promise you, your day cannot go wrong. So I'm going to step out of the way and bring none other, my sister, Symphana Samples to the line. Take it away.
Good morning. Thank you, Anne, for always being so sweet and welcoming and warm. Thank you so much for hosting this month. I'm super excited, you guys. Hey, listen. I'm going to share something, and it's going to be brief, but I believe it's going to be impactful. Okay, I am going to share just a little bit of my story, interwoven in what I want to share today, and I think that at the end of our time together, my prayer and my belief is that you'll hear information that will have shifted you. You'll hear information that will challenge you, and you'll hear information that's going to expand your ability to expect. So I'm going to be looking down periodically because I do have notes. I'm a teacher, I'm a mom, I am a mentor, and I am a marketplace influencer by profession. I am a hairstylist. I'm a full-time entrepreneur, and I have really been honored and graced to endure some pretty tough stuff, right? Like Ann said, I'm from Detroit by way of Pontiac, Michigan. And Detroit is where some real stuff goes down, right? And the beautiful thing about a story is that it has the ability to shift at any juncture. Anytime you see a story heading one way, it has the ability to shift at any time. So we're going to talk about that a little bit too. Let me just dive right in. Um, I'm going to give you what is said about expectations, and I'm going to sum that up in Safana Ease. I'm going to sum that up based on what my experience has taught me in conjunction with what the definition for expectations is. Okay. And so what and when I was thinking about expectations, I actually found myself feeling like, man, expectation is such a vast word. It's such a huge word, and there's so much attached to it. But I am going to attempt to break it down just a little bit. This is the Safana version or the Safana explanation for what expectation is. Just like Ann said, if you have the ability to take notes, note takers are world changers. So take a few notes this morning. This is what expectation is: it's the ability to see, wait, and work according to what you saw and the possibility of time necessary to see the envision to come to pass. I'm gonna say that one more time. I'm gonna say it a little different when I say it next. It is the ability to see, wait, and work according to what you saw and the possibility of time that's necessary to see that vision come to pass. It's not just what you see, even though it is based on what you see, but it has attached to it the time necessary and then the work that you have to attach to both to see what you saw come to pass. It's a belief that's centered on the future. So expectation is very rarely associated with the current time. It's mostly associated with what you desire to see for your future, for the future of a thing, for the future of a person. And what I want to challenge you to do, I told you today is going to challenge you just a bit. I want to challenge you to ask yourself a couple of questions. Whatever it is that you see, whatever it is that because of what you see, you're willing to wait and work for, I want you to ask yourself this question. What purpose will the fulfillment of what you saw serve? What purpose will it serve? What does it mean for you? Why is it worth fighting for? Because here's the thing, anything that you will allow yourself to see and anything that you're willing to wait for, remember we said there is a work ethic, there is a working that has to be in conjunction with it. Why is it worth fighting for? Why is it worth putting the energy behind the waiting, behind the vision? Why is it worth it? What does it mean for you? It's the ability to see, it's the ability to wait, and then work according to what you envision. Being future focused means that it's attached to the desired end result. At the end, there should be a true reason that we've even been seeing for. It's always working with the end in mind. Always working with the end in mind. It's personal and it's individually derived. Anytime you have an expectation, a belief, a vision, a time period of waiting and working, it always should come from your inward desire, your inward desired end result that is going to shift who you are, where you are. It's going to take you from where you've been to where you want to be. That only comes from inside. Everybody doesn't have the ability to work for what it is that they believe that they see. If you do, count yourself blessed. Count yourself blessed. Some people get cut off from the work attached to what they see because in them, they haven't cultivated enough to put it all together. It's based on inward ability to see beyond the obvious acute moment or the circumstances. It's the strength of our expectation can only be externally impacted after an inward decision to allow it. Meaning, let me just bring that on around the corner. What that really means is once you've made up in your mind that what you see and what you're willing to wait and what you're willing to work for are absolutely worth it. You understand the purpose for which you're even expecting it. You understand the impact that it's going to make. Nothing can stop you from expecting that thing, waiting on that thing, and working for that thing. Nothing can impact you externally unless you allow it. Just like you made the initial decision to wait, work, and see, you have to make the decision to allow somebody else to impact what you waiting for, what you see, and what you're willing to work for. If you make a decision to allow somebody else's external impact, something outside of yourself, to derail you, did you really understand the purpose for which you were supposed to be working for? Just ask yourself. Nobody can answer that for you but you. Nobody can answer that for you but you. It's an outlook. I want to give you a couple of synonyms for expectation. It's anticipation. It's promise. What do you believe? It's a foretaste. If you can go somewhere in your mind, that's a foretaste. That's an actual mental foretaste of what is possible for you. It's an outlook. It's the ability to see beyond the moment. It's possibility. Listen, in simple terms, it's what's possible. If you have enough fortitude, if you have enough gumption, if you have enough grit to say, I can be a millionaire. As a full-time entrepreneur, let me just share this with you. I told you I would share a little bit of my story. As a full-time entrepreneur, I said by trade, I'm a double licensed cosmetologist. I'm also degreed in cosmetology management. And I have not physically been behind the chair since March. We are in May. One of my entrepreneurial endeavors, ironically, today is payday, okay? And the women around me are super excited because payday ain't looked like this in a minute. And I'm excited because I could have gotten down. I could have gotten underneath the strain and the stress of being a homeowner and a parent and all of those amazing assignments. But what I did was I set my expectation toward what I knew was going to shift me financially, shift me as a leader, shift me as a person, shift me as an entrepreneur. I put my head down and I gathered around myself some other people that could connect their vision to mine. We put our heads together, we put our heads down, and we got busy. The expectation was checks with commas. The expectation was to fill a void that being behind the chair, literally, physically, because of this pandemic, cannot fill. But what the pandemic won't, baby, the pandemic will. So in one area of business, while it was drying up and I legally and physically cannot service the people that I love and miss and adore that count on me, another area of the pandemic caused overflow, flowing, abundance, tripling of a business, tripling of business partners. Listen, what do you expect? What do you believe that you can achieve, that you can set your work ethic toward, that you can set your partnerships toward, that you can set your energy toward, that you can see beyond what's presently happening? You can get yourself caught up in this pandemic if you want to. You can get yourself caught up in the news if you want to. You can get yourself caught up in the woes and the throes of other people around you. Shift the people around you then. If you shift the people around you, you can then attach a different expectation to your outcome for your life. If I would not have had an expectation of being free when I went to prison, there's no way that I would have started college when I was in prison. If I would have laid down and accepted that I was just another statistic, if I would have laid down and believed that I was just going to be a girl from the hood, if I would have laid down and thought that after my divorce, after my husband left, after he started the proceedings, that I would never love again, if I would have thought that everything attached to me was going to fall to the ground just because I couldn't curl hair, I would have never been able to sit back today with a smile on my face and the reward of knowing that because I had an expectation, because I was willing to wait, and because I was willing to work, that several people that trusted me, not only has their finances been shifted, their faith has been shifted, their personage, who they are as people, has been forever impacted. You can have an expectation attached through a purpose that's directly connected to the end result of what you're willing to see, wait for, and then work for. And my final thought is your outlook is a view. It's a person's view of your attitude to life. If you find that your expectations are low in certain areas of your life, I want to challenge you to ask yourself why. I want to challenge you to ask yourself what happened that you caused your expectation to go so low that that's exactly what you get out of that area in your life. If you expect that your finances will always be in shambles, you'll never find the resources, the information, and the tools to get you out of that place. If you expect that your physicality will always be subject to your cravings and your desires, then you will never take the necessary steps. Listen, we started a weight loss challenge. So many people have been in my inbox about this weight loss challenge. I just lost almost 30 pounds. At this point, it's like 26.2 pounds. And so many people, if you want to know about it, listen, hit us up. We can help you out. So many people have said in my inbox, how did you do it? And when you give them the steps, they immediately respond with negativity. They immediately respond with their own personal limiting beliefs and low expectations of their own ability to follow through. Don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. Ask yourself the hard questions. Your expectation is your outlook, your view, your ability to believe what's possible, your ability to expect, your ability to prospect, your ability to hope, and your ability to believe. And once you have all of those things at the highest height that they can be, you attach your ability to wait and then work according to what you see and wait for.
Oh my God. Thank you for that. I've really been taking notes because this makes so much sense, especially in this season, Stefana, where everybody's expecting something and there's so much that's going on that a lot of people are not expecting things for the better, you know? So I think that this is the perfect topic. And some of the things that I wrote down, it makes so much sense. It's like, don't get caught up in the work, because when we're doing the work, it seems hard. It seems like you can see the obstacles, you can see the challenge when you're doing the work. And we have to really have that vision of expecting better, expecting change, expecting increase, expecting rewards. Well, when we see those challenges in the work, we're expecting overcoming all of that, that you're going to win in the end, because it's definitely going to strengthen you. And always have the end result in your mind. So it lets you not be defeated in that season. It lets you not, make your, because some people won't expect things, sister, because they don't want their feelings to get hurt. They don't want to get, disappointed. And that is what we all have to really think in our minds, like not looking at the work that's in place and the ability to see it. That's where your imagination comes from. That's what you're going to expect, is when you can see it, when you can see the results in the end, the increase, the floodgates opening, and then waiting for that patience. Some people getting into a frenzy where the things that they're expecting they need right now. So waiting for it is really hard. So guys, pray for your patience. And keep in mind that we have to do the work. You have to do the work for everything. When you make a baby, right? You got to do some work to get pregnant, right? I mean, to get into a fight, you have to do the work to provoke somebody, right? So we have to do the work. You go to work, you know you're going to get paid. And you're expecting for that paycheck to amount to the work that you put in. And then what's the strength of your expectation? What are the possibilities that you're anticipating to happen with the end results? So I hope you guys took some notes, because this was so profound, with Symphonic giving us her rendition on expectation. And this is the time for us to manifest, pray, speak those things in existence, and expect greatness, change, abundance, increase, and last of all of the rewards. So I want to thank you guys for logging on this morning to our morning motivation, unlocking your greatness call. Next week we'll be here. No, Thursday we'll be here with our next amazing speaker. I'm not even going to spill the beans on who that is, but just know each and every lady is going to absolutely rock your world and help you to start your mornings off with the absolute bang and giving you the mindset to unlock your greatness. So I want to thank you guys. I'm Ann, Duchess of Miami Maynard. See you guys on Thursday. Have an amazing day and expect greatness.